Hey everybody, just want to do another video today on triad shapes on the guitar. So, as you know, if we're playing a scale, depending on which note we're in the scale, we can go ahead and construct the chord associated to that scale degree by using either a major triad, a minor triad, or a diminished triad. So, that's how we get it. So for example, if we're playing a G major, and if you want to play a G chord, you're going to play the major chord because we're in G major, so it's going to look like this. Okay? So then the question is, well, how does this all work? If you remember, there are three types of triads. There's the major, the minor, and the diminished. And if you remember, the 1 is going to be a major triad, the 4 is going to be a major triad, and the 5 is going to be a major triad. Okay? The 2 is going to be minor, the 3 is going to be minor, and the 6 is also going to be minor. And the last one, the 7th one, is going to be a diminished triad. So we have diminished. So for example, in the key of G, we have 3 major triads. We have G major, which is the 1. We have C major, which is the 4. And we have D major, which is the 5. Okay? So if we're playing a G major shape, we can play this pattern right here, okay? G, and then the B, and then the D, which is the 5, okay? So 1, major 3, and the 5, okay? That's this kind of shape, right? That shape you can move around everywhere on the neck pretty much, and then you're going to generate a major triad. So this is the shape that you want to remember in your hand, okay? So for example, C is going to be the same, right? Okay, D is going to be the same. Okay, and so on. I mean, you could even get off key and do E major, okay, F major, F sharp major, and so on. It's the same type of shape. So you want to remember the shape in your hand to make sure it's a 4-fret distance, right? You're starting with your second finger, with your first finger, and then with your pinky, your 4th finger. Okay. Things get a little tricky when you're going to play the high triads between the 2nd and 3rd string. Because the 2nd and 3rd string is only tuned 2 tones apart instead of 2.5 tones, you're going to have to raise that 2nd string. So for example, if you're playing a C major triad on the 5th fret, okay, you're going to want to raise it up to get it. You don't want to play this, which is going to be your, flat 3 and flat 5. It's going to be a diminished triad. You want to play this. Okay. The major triad, if you want to listen to it, sounds like a lot of songs like Stirred Up, Bob Marley. Got the major triad. Okay, the major triad, major 4 and major 5, or Obladi Oblada, the Beatles, right? Okay, so that'll help you remember it. Okay. Then we have the minor triad, okay, which is going to be the 2, the 3, and the 6, okay. The minor shape is a bit more of a stretch. It's the 1, okay, we're going to take a flat 3, so it's not going to be 1 fret before, it's going to be 2 frets before, and then the 5, okay. So we can take the 1, which is on the 5th fret here, and you have to move back, so you can use your index finger, and then your pinky again, okay, so you actually have to stretch. So I'll do this, instead of 4 fingers per fret, I'll just move this one back. Okay, if you want to do that shape. And again, it's the same shape. If you want to play D minor, move it up to the 5th string. If you want to play B minor, which is the 3 chord, same thing, okay? So that's your minor. And again, between the 2nd and 3rd string, you have to sharp the upper 2, so you're going to have, let's say, D minor on the 7th fret. We have this. Okay, same type of thing. Okay, you got to sharp that, not sharp it in pitch. You have to raise the fret position. Okay, the very last one is going to be a diminished triad, which has a flat 3 and a flat 5. So if you're playing, for example, G major scale, get you oriented. The 7th scale degree is going to be an F sharp, which is here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is actually going to be diminished. So the diminished shape has this, the root, the flat 3, and also a flat 5. So think of it as like a minor with a flat 5 as well. Okay. So for example, if we're going to play it up here, we can play the root, the flat 3, and then a flat 5. Okay. actually play it down here if you want. With the open string, right? Okay. And again, last thing, if you are switching between, if you're going to play the F sharp diminished between the 2nd and 3rd strings, which is actually going to be in the 11th fret, okay, you're going to play this. You're going to raise the fret and then play the flat 5 too. Okay, so some of these look kind of similar, like for example, this 2nd, 3rd string diminished shape looks like the major shape, and the regular diminished shape looks like the minor shape, but you flatten the 5. And the minor shape looks like the major shape, but you flatten the 3. So you kind of get an idea for these things. Okay. Later, you could even figure out where other parts of the scales are. So, for example, if you're playing G, there's a 3rd here. There's also a 3rd here, which is kind of a weird shape. It's not. I mean, I personally don't play it. It's a bit of a stretch. Or your minor, for example, if you're playing the D minor we had here, we could play D, okay, and then you could play the flat 5, or flat 3, and then the 5. Okay, this 5 here is actually up here. So you could do the same minor triad, okay? And that's it. So get used to these scale patterns, these shape patterns, these sort of parts of shapes all over the fretboard, and know where you are in your functioning, your progression. If you're on a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 7. Okay, 1, 4, 5 is major, 2, 3, 6 is minor, and the 7 is diminished. Okay, so if you practice this, you can do lots of cool things. Something like that. So it helps your soloing, and just play around with these ideas and come up with something cool. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. And as normal, subscribe. Ask me some questions if you have some questions, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.